thought it was good. They're an athletic team now. They're good. They came out and made those shots early. We were all over them, and they were making shots. But I'm telling you, this is how Alabama has played all year. 3 one-point losses. I think what Anthony is doing to set the tone of how they're going to play, you're just going to see year to year, they create turnovers, they play aggressive, they play physical, they play good defense. They were a little undersized at times, which is why we offensive rebounded like we did. They had more offensive rebounds than we did. And, you know, I thought we were pretty good. John Wall in the first half had something happened. There was slipperies on the ball or something because he just lost them. He lost 3 balls or 4 turnovers that were not even forced. In the second half, he played, ran our team. We were grinding it out at times, which we got to learn to do, which I was happy we were able to do. Scored late shot clock a couple times. You know, didn't get to Marcus the ball as much as we wanted to, but, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we hold them to 33% from the floor and 28 from the three-point line. Pretty good defense. Pretty good defense.
Yeah. At 9 for your last 16 points and accounted for another 3 with passes. Did you say anything to him about taking over the team in the game?
No, we've done some things, though, where he knows we're trying to get him baskets, and he made those calls himself. We've been working on how to get him involved in what shot he was going to kind of take, and he just did it. And then, you know, the layup and where we grinded out, and there was a side pick and roll, how he got that through and up to the rim, I have no idea. But he played well. First half, you know, he turned it too much. And then, you know, we just got, you know, we've got to get a couple of these other guys playing better. And I even said some of them, you know, today was a hard one because you're juggling balls. You don't want to take a guy out on errors or turnovers because now he's afraid to play, okay? But you're also trying to win the game. So now all of a sudden you're like, do I leave him in and we have a chance of losing this game, or do I take him out and I'll deal with him later? And that was my choice on a couple of the guys. You know, there was effort, but there wasn't great play, top to bottom. There just wasn't great play. I thought they came to play, and, you know, but let me tell you, I said John Robick saying, you know how many of these league games are under 10 points in every league? Every league you watch. I don't care who's playing who. It's just how it is. This is what we'll get. I mean, you know, Tennessee goes on the road at Vandy, goes from 10 to 25 in like 2 minutes. I mean, that's unusual. That's unusual. Everything else is like a 2-point game.
John, you mentioned John Wall's turnovers. How much do you think, in general, your offense was? How much was their defense, and how much were you guys a little careless?
Both. They played well. I mean, here's what Anthony did. Just, you know, what you're finding out, there are a bunch of good coaches in this league. He gave his team a chance to win, would you say? On the road in Lexington, Kentucky, his team had a chance to win. That's what you do as a coach. And they kept the game in the 60s. You know, we wanted it in the 80s. Now, I will tell you, we missed some point-blank shots in the first half, would you say? 2-footers, 1-footer with no one between us and the basket. How do you miss that? Then we were 8 wide-open threes. We missed all 8. So we missed some shots to make this a higher-scoring game, but you got to give them credit. They did their thing, and they were grinding it out, and they did well.
John, can you talk about the group of Liggins, Harris, Miller, how you thought they played, how you decide how to go through the minutes with those
Well,
guys?
one of the things I told him after the game, I've got to start putting guys in for 4 minutes and leave them in. Play well, play bad, you're playing 4 minutes. And then I'll be on the side doing that. Because there's what happened today, I was coaching to win the game. Guy goes in and fumbles the ball for no reason, or, you know, misses a defensive assignment, and now it's 7-6. I can't afford to have you out there panicking. We're trying to win this game. And now I've got to figure out how I get those guys playing better. How they get themselves playing better, and how I got to coach them to get them playing better.
John, back in the back, they pack it in, they kind of dare you to beat them from outside, and they slow the tempo down. Do you think that's going to be kind of the blueprint on how to go after Kentucky?
It's how everybody's played us. If we made shots, you win by 20. You think about this now. We weren't throwing the ball to DeMarcus enough in the first half, and I was going nuts. Throw the ball in. And when he got it, he was too quick to throw it out. But that being said, we had 8 wide open threes, and some of them weren't close. Like there was no one near somebody, and they're not close to making it. We had some 1-footers that were, how do you miss that? And we missed 2 or 3 of those. When you start adding, make the 1-footers, make 2 threes out of 8, and all of a sudden you got a different score at halftime. So I understand that's how they're going to play, but I have a lot of faith in my team, and it's, you know, instead of being aggressive, we're going to back it in and hope they miss shots. I think that gives us an advantage when that's the case.
John, how much of a lift did DeAndre give you guys early in the game?
He was good. The big lift was Daniel Orton. Daniel Orton, if I thought we weren't going to have to switch pick and rolls, I would have finished the game with Daniel Orton. But I thought we were going to have to switch pick and roll, so I went back with Patrick. I thought Daniel was fabulous today. Absolutely fabulous.
And I also wondered if you've had a player like Darius who seems to have hit a funk where he's not giving you much of anything.
Yeah, I have, and that's why I said he's another one that maybe I need to spend time with myself, and spend some extra time working with him. Some of it you got to be a tough hombre, and you got to work your way through it. You got to get in the weight room. You got to spend extra time. You got to get in the court. You got to get with your coach and keep saying, "Coach, I'm telling you, I'm going to be fine." And you got to convince yourself, and you got to get in there and do it. If you're always going through life counting on someone else, you better really have a trusting relationship with that person. And you got to at some point say, I'm going to put this on my shoulders and I'm going to take care of business. But the other side of it, you're talking about a 19-year-old that I'm responsible for, and I want to play well. And that's what I told him after the game. I looked at he and I looked at Ramon. I said, you know, I want you guys to play better. I want to do whatever I have to get you to play better. And because they listen, those two listen too much to me. I even told Dean at halftime. I told Darius, act like I'm not on the sideline. Just go play. Don't even listen to me. And then DeMarcus said, "Can I do that too?"
2 more questions.
You were up 58-51 with about 3 minutes to go, and you take Patrick out there. What did you see there that made you do that?
I just wanted somebody to mix it up, and Daniel did it. He just mixed it up. Got rebounds, got the and one, blocked the shot. Think about it. Daniel Orton was the reason we won. If I didn't go with him, that game could have been 58-55 in a hurry. And so, you know, that's what I told him after the game. I mean, obviously we got to play, you know, let me tell you, is there any secret that we got to play DeMarcus Cousins? There's no secret to anybody. Got to play him. He's a beast. He got the lead for us the way he offensive rebounded. The plays he made were ridiculous. But Daniel Orton deserves to play. I just got to figure out how we play him. The more he gets on the floor, I said this to you all 2 weeks ago, the more Daniel Orton gets on the floor, the more you're going to see parts of his game you didn't realize.
Last question.